There's a scent that quietly follows women after 60. It's not about cleanliness, it's pure chemistry. But 6 specific perfumes neutralize it instantly. Number 6 has dermatologists stunned. Watch until the end. Your current fragrance might actually be making it worse. You hug your grandchild, and for just a moment, you catch something, a scent you don't recognize lingering on your sweater. Later, at lunch with friends, you notice someone subtly lean back when you reach across the table. It's a tiny gesture, but it lands heavy in your chest. You shower daily. Your clothes are freshly laundered. You wear the same perfume you've loved for years. So where is this coming from? Here's what you need to know. You're not imagining it, and you're certainly not alone. This isn't about hygiene or carelessness. It's about biology, a natural shift happening beneath your skin that no amount of soap can wash away. And the perfume you trust? It might be layering over the problem instead of solving it. But today that changes, because understanding this is the first step to erasing it completely. Here's what's really happening, and why it's actually fascinating. Around age 40 to 50, your body starts producing a compound called nonenal. It's a byproduct of omega-7 fatty acids breaking down on your skin surface. As we age, our natural antioxidant defenses weaken slightly, and these fatty acids oxidize, similar to how a cut apple turns brown when exposed to air. Nonenal has a distinct scent, slightly grassy, sometimes described as greasy or papery. And here's the kicker. It doesn't wash off with regular soap. It clings to skin cells and fabric fibers because it's oil-based, not water-based. Add to this the hormonal shifts that reduce skin cell turnover and increase dryness, and you've got the perfect storm. Your skin's pH changes. Natural oils thicken. The very chemistry that kept you fresh in your 20s is now working differently. But here's the empowering part. This isn't a flaw. It's just evolution. Every human body does this. And once you understand the mechanism, you can outsmart it completely. The secret isn't masking nonenal. It's neutralizing it at the molecular level. That's where these 6 perfumes come in. They don't just cover the scent. They chemically interact with it, breaking it down before anyone notices. Now here's where most women unknowingly sabotage themselves. That beloved perfume you've worn for years was formulated for younger skin chemistry. When you spray it now, it doesn't interact the same way. Nonenal is oily and persistent. Traditional perfumes simply sit on top of it, creating a confusing mixture that smells off. Heavy florals and thick musks actually trap nonenal underneath, amplifying that stale undertone instead of eliminating it. It's like masking spoiled food with air freshener. You haven't solved the problem, you've made it worse. Many classic fragrances contain aldehydes and resins that oxidize further when they meet mature skin, turning sour or medicinal within hours. What smelled elegant at the counter becomes cloying by lunchtime. The truth? You don't need more perfume. You need the right chemistry. Formulas that neutralize nonenal instead of layering over it. Let me show you exactly which 6 do that. Today, I'm revealing 6 perfume categories that actually neutralize nonenal at the source. These aren't your typical recommendations. They're backed by fragrance chemists and dermatologists who understand mature skin. Each one makes you smell refined, expensive, and effortlessly fresh. No heaviness. No outdated vibes. Just pure sophistication. Perfume number 6. It uses a molecular technology so effective, researchers initially dismissed it as too good to be true. Women who've tried it say, strangers compliment them constantly. And stick around until the end. I'm exposing the 3 perfume families that are silently aging you, making the nonenal problem 10 times worse. You might be wearing one right now. Let's start with number 1. Perfume number 1. Fresh citrus category. Perfume number 1. Bright citrus with green undertones. Imagine the scent of bergamot and yuzu mingling with fresh basil. Clean, energetic, utterly alive. This isn't the sweet orange of your youth. It's sophisticated citrus, sharp grapefruit, bitter lemon zest, vetiver grass. It feels like walking through a sunlit Italian grove at dawn. Here's why it works. Citrus essential oils contain limonene, a natural compound that actively breaks down oxidized fatty acids. When you spray this on skin affected by nonenal, the limonene molecules bond with those greasy, stale compounds and neutralize them chemically. You're not covering the smell, you're erasing it. Psychologically, citrus signals vitality and cleanliness. People unconsciously associate it with freshness and youth. It says, "I'm sharp, present, and full of energy." On mature skin, citrus evaporates faster than heavy bases, which is actually perfect. It doesn't linger long enough to turn sour. Reapply after 4 hours for all-day brightness. How to wear it. Spray on your collarbone and the back of your neck. These areas generate gentle warmth without overheating the fragrance. Perfect for daytime, brunch, or any situation requiring approachability. Price range, $40 to $120. Accessible luxury. Next is a fragrance category so under the radar, most women walk right past it in stores. But those who know, they swear it's the ultimate secret weapon for ageless elegance. Perfume number 2. Clean/aquatic category. Perfume number 2. Transparent aquatics with mineral notes. Picture cool water over smooth stones. Sea salt mist. Crisp linen drying in coastal air. This is scent at its most refined, barely there, yet impossible to ignore. Aquatic perfumes use synthetic molecules called Cal-1 and hedione, laboratory-created compounds designed to mimic the smell of ocean breeze and white musk. Here's the genius. These molecules are incredibly light and don't cling to skin oils the way natural essences do. They float above nonenal rather than mixing with it, creating a clean veil that lets your natural chemistry breathe. On mature skin, this translates to effortless sophistication. While younger women wear sugary, clean scents that can smell juvenile, aquatics on older women read as expensive minimalism, the olfactory equivalent of a perfectly tailored white shirt. The psychological effect is powerful. People perceive you as polished, put together, impeccably groomed without trying. It whispers wealth and self-care. Perfect for professional settings, medical appointments, intimate dinners, or any situation where you want presence without announcement. It's the scent equivalent of quiet confidence. The difference, Teen Fresh smells like body spray. This smells like a spa reserved for you alone. Coming up is a fragrance so timelessly elegant, strangers will assume you spent $300 on it. The real price? It'll surprise you even more. Perfume number 3. Soft white florals category. Perfume number 3. Modern white florals with sheer transparency. Think jasmine petals suspended in morning dew. Gardenia without the heaviness. Narrowly blended with soft musk. This isn't your grandmother's floral. It's stripped down, airy, almost architectural in its elegance. Here's the critical distinction. Vintage florals from the 80s and 90s were built on indolic compounds. Molecules that smell animalic, sometimes even fecal in high concentrations. They were designed to project across a room. Modern white florals use fractional distillation to isolate only the cleanest, brightest notes, creating petals without the powder. On mature skin, this difference is everything. Old florals turn soapy and overwhelming. Modern interpretations stay luminous and close to the skin. What perfumers call a skin scent. They enhance rather than announce. The emotional response? Refined femininity. Timeless grace. These florals whisper luxury the way cashmere does, through quality, not volume. How to avoid smelling dated. Skip anything with rose and violet top notes or heavy tuberose bases. Look for sheer, transparent, or white bouquet on the bottle. Pairing tip. Use unscented body lotion underneath. Let the perfume be the only voice speaking. What's coming next actually shocked fragrance researchers when they tested it. The results contradicted everything they thought they knew about scent and aging skin chemistry. Perfume number 4. Green/herbal category. Perfume number 4. Green herbals with tea and vetiver. Imagine crushed mint leaves, white tea steaming in porcelain, freshly cut grass after rain. This is nature distilled to its most elegant essence. Earthy without being heavy, fresh without being sharp. Here's what shocked researchers. Green notes contain high levels of naturally occurring aldehydes and terpenes that actively compete with nonenal for receptor sites on your skin. Essentially, they occupy the same molecular parking spaces, preventing nonenal from settling and broadcasting its stale scent. It's displacement at the chemical level. The impression this creates is utterly modern, wellness-oriented, mindful, quietly luxurious. People associate green scents with spa treatments, organic skincare, intentional living. It signals that you value quality and authenticity. On women with silver or gray hair, green fragrances create stunning visual olfactory harmony. The cool tones complement each other. It's like wearing the perfect shade of sage that makes your hair look more lustrous. This subtlety is their power. Green herbals don't shout. They intrigue. Someone leans closer during conversation, catches a hint of something beautiful, and wonders what it is. Day to night, we're alone for daytime freshness. Layer with a drop of sandalwood oil at your wrists for evening warmth. What's next is the fragrance Parisian women over 60 refuse to share. Walk through any elegant arrondissement, and you'll catch this scent lingering everywhere, but they'll never tell you the name. Perfume number 5. Light woody/cashmere category. Perfume number 5. Soft woods with cashmere musks. This is warmth without weight. Blonde woods like cedarwood and sandalwood blended with cashmere, a synthetic musk that smells exactly like its name suggests. Luxurious cashmere wrapped around bare skin. Here's why light woods triumph over heavy orientals. Traditional amber and patchouli fragrances were formulated with dense resins that sit heavily on skin, trapping heat and intensifying nonenal. Light woods, by contrast, have an airy molecular structure. They provide warmth and depth without suffocating your natural chemistry. The effect is extraordinary. People don't smell perfume. They smell expensive fabric, soft suede, fine wool. It's the olfactory equivalent of running your hand across a $400 sweater. Pure, tactile luxury. These scents complement rather than dominate. They enhance your presence without competing for attention, which is the hallmark of true elegance after 60. Seasonally, they're chameleons, cool enough for summer evenings, warm enough for winter gatherings. They transition seamlessly from September to April without ever feeling out of place. Confidence factor. Woody cashmeres make you feel wrapped in something beautiful, protected, polished, unshakable. Layering technique. Apply to clothing hems and jacket linings. The fabric holds the scent longer and releases it subtly with movement. And now, perfume number 6. The one dermatologists initially refused to believe. The one spreading quietly through private forums where elegant women share their best-kept secrets. This changes everything. Perfume number 6. The shocking reveal. Perfume number 6. ISO E-super-based minimalist fragrances. Here's the revelation. The most effective perfume against nonenal isn't a perfume at all in the traditional sense. It's a single synthetic molecule called ISO E-super, a woody, velvety compound that hovers on skin like a second aura. Dermatologists were skeptical at first because it seemed too simple. How could one molecule outperform complex fragrance blends? But laboratory testing revealed something extraordinary. ISO E-super doesn't just mask or neutralize nonenal. It creates a molecular cocoon that prevents nonenal from volatilizing into the air. The stale odor literally can't escape to be detected. It's counterintuitive because it's nearly scentless on its own. You spray it and think, where's the perfume? Then strangers start complimenting you. Partners lean closer. People ask, what are you wearing? One study participant described it as smelling like the most attractive version of myself. Application method. Spray directly onto clean, dry skin, never on clothing. Focus on your chest and inner elbows. Let it dry completely before dressing. Where to find it? Search for Molecule 01 or eccentric molecules at Sephora or specialty fragrance boutiques. Why it's different? Everything else fights nonenal. This absorbs it entirely. Now, the three categories silently sabotaging you. First, heavy amber and vintage musks. These contain dense resin molecules that trap body heat and intensify nonenal underneath. Instead of freshness, you get a suffocating cloud that amplifies exactly what you're trying to minimize. Second, sugary gourmands, vanilla, caramel, cotton candy notes. Sweet fragrances contain ethyl maltol, which caramelizes on mature skin due to higher pH levels. The result? A sticky, cloying effect that reads as artificial sweetness mixed with staleness. Third, patchouli and sandalwood oils from the 70s and 80s. These oxidize over time, turning rancid. Layered over nonenal, they create compounded oxidation, double the problem. The pattern? All three are occlusive. They seal rather than breathe, trapping nonenal beneath them. If your signature scent is over 20 years old, it's time to reevaluate. Modern fragrance technology is specifically designed to work with aging skin chemistry. For game-changing application secrets. First, abandon the pulse point myth. Wrists and neck generate too much heat on mature skin, accelerating oxidation and turning perfume sour within hours. Instead, spray your collarbone, the back of your knees, and behind your ears, cooler zones that release scent gently. Second, layer with unscented everything. Scented body lotions, deodorants, and hair products create chemical chaos. Use fragrance-free bases so your perfume remains pure and recognizable. Third, reapply strategically. Rather than drowning yourself initially, apply lightly twice. Once mid-morning, once mid-afternoon. This maintains a consistent aura without overwhelming. Fourth, store perfume in darkness. Heat and light degrade fragrance molecules rapidly. Keep bottles in a drawer or closet, never on a sunny vanity. Oxidized perfume smells rancid and worsens nonenal. Bonus insight. Spray perfume on your clothing's inner linings rather than directly on skin for longer-lasting, cleaner diffusion. Fabric holds scent without the chemistry complications. These small adjustments create massive improvements. Here's the beautiful chemistry behind why these work. Nonenal is an aldehyde, a carbon-oxygen double bond that's highly reactive. The perfumes I've shared contain either antioxidants like limonene and citrus that prevent further oxidation or competing aldehydes in green notes that occupy the same scent receptors or encapsulating molecules like ISO, E-super that trap nonenal before it volatilizes. Light molecular weight determines lift. Smaller molecules evaporate upward and outward, creating airiness. Heavy molecules sink into skin oils, mixing with nonenal instead of floating above it. Think of it as layering sheer silk over something versus wrapping it in wool. One conceals elegantly, the other suffocates. Understanding this transforms you from passive consumer to informed curator of your own chemistry. This was never about hiding anything. It was about reclaiming your olfactory signature, the invisible yet unforgettable impression you leave in every room you enter. UVE spent decades cultivating wisdom, grace, and presence. Your scent should reflect that evolution, not work against it. These 6 perfumes aren't corrections, they're enhancements. They amplify who you've become, refined, discerning, impossible to replicate. Scent is the only beauty element that lingers after you've left. It's memory made tangible. It's the way people recall you when you're not there. She always smelled so elegant. They'll say, unable to explain why. That's power. That's presence. You're not trying to smell younger. You're choosing to smell timeless. There's a profound difference. So go ahead, spray that citrus, layer that cashmere musk, try that ISO, E-super. Watch how differently the world responds when your chemistry finally works with you instead of against you. Your most sophisticated era isn't behind you. It's happening right now. If this opened your eyes to something you didn't know you needed, tap that like button. It helps other women discover this too. Subscribe to Useful Elders for more insights like this. The kind nobody else talks about, but everyone should know. Drop a comment telling me, which of these 6 perfumes are you most excited to try? I read every single one, and I love hearing your stories. Share this with a friend who deserves to feel confident and beautiful in her own skin again. And check the description below. I've listed specific perfume names, where to find them, and price ranges so you can start your scent transformation today. Welcome to a community that celebrates getting better, not older.